I had been in the oil and gas sector for many years, and I'm a chartered accountant. So coming into real estate wasn't something that I decided to do at the time. And what had happened was we wanted to develop a property. And as we started to do it, I began to simply fall in love with the process. I found that I love to see things come together. I love to see nothing become something beautiful. And it was in that process, as we developed that property, that I began to see that, I couldn't just stay away. I had to be there. I had to, I'd climb up to the top of the deckings. I sat and stood and watched them. I'd go down and see the process. And as I saw that, I really loved this. I was so invested in the process that I began to see that this is something that I would like to do. And so that was how the story started. It just happened like that, and I kind of found my, that I actually had, for lack of a better word, some kind of calling into seeing this. And because I really love, I'm a people person, and I think that how people live matters. So that's how we got into this journey. For me, every project I approach in the same way. We, as a company, Rose Valley Properties, we focus on three main areas. And the first thing is always safety. And for me, it's not as simple as just putting together what looks beautiful. It has to be safe. And people don't think about that when you're doing projects, if you're not in the industry. But so many things can go wrong. Even up to the height of the riser when you're climbing the stairs, right? Sometimes you would see somewhere it's so high that if an elderly person were trying to climb, they could easily trip and fall, or children. And so many people don't see that, the depth of your foundation, depending on the topology of the area or how high you're getting the building. So safety for us is very, very key. And so every project we will have from those three S's, the first being safety, the second one being space. Space for me is critical, especially if you're not living like in a very highly condensed area, where you have space. We will always prioritize space. I believe that human beings should not live in closed up places. We're not animals. Sometimes I'll drive past places and I'll see the projects, no thought to parking, no thought to spaces for children to play, and I just think it's such a travesty. It's not how we're supposed to live. We're supposed to live where it is spacious. Every Rose Valley project will always have space. We prioritize space, just the same as our primary focus is on safety. How safe is it? And then the last one is the social well-being of our the residents. We have people in mind. We think about the people that are going to live there. Is it socially conducive? Can they be together without fighting each other because something is going wrong? And so every project will always have those three factors as very, very key for us. People, are always going to be the focus, whether it's a residential project or whether it's a commercial project. Those three things, safety, space, and the community, will always be the focus. But there are other things, for instance, value for money. That's important. We don't play in the low cost segment low-cost housing because you're forced to compromise sometimes because you have to keep the cost very low. People put in things like everybody has to strip. So we play in the middle, the upper middle. That's our niche market. So important, value for money, get good quality materials, but we're looking at that. So that's important. Location, is also important. Places where you can feel. We believe that your home should be your paradise. For somebody who works very hard, you should go home and go, you should feel good about being in your home, not worried about the tenant that's banging on something. And so yes, those things are important. When we were constructing one of our projects in Abuja, I remember somebody coming in to our estate and looked and said, "Oh my word, this is a JB product," because they are known for very high quality. And yes, so family is the key. But I must say that the good news for investors is that when they do invest in our projects, they have value for their money because their products, their properties will not lie idle. They're always, going to be fast moving, to be rented off the market. And so, it's good to be able to invest in something that will give you good returns back and quickly.